King Luke. I only played a few hours of Monster Hunter World, but I'm really excited to play Wilds. Could you please tell me how not to suck at it? Number one tip for Monster Hunter. I should have thought of a tip before I said number one. Pick up everything you see, like from the start. You see herbs, pick up herbs. You see a fire herb, pick up the fire herb. You run over there. Ooh, there's a paratoad. Take out your net, capture the paratoad, stuff like that. Pick up everything. Number two, for the love of God, this drives me the most crazy, okay? Take time to customize your radial wheels. You know, you can like hold down the button, it pulls up the radial wheel, and you can quickly use the right stick to select Mega Potion or put on your mantle, whatever it is. Customize that and get used to using that. It's so much faster than like what you see some people do where they like flip through the individual things on the bottom right bar thing. Take time to customize your radial wheels, okay? Also, for the love of God and all that's good and holy, take time to build out like a bunch of different loadouts and what do they call them? I think loadout is what they call them. But basically, like, you have your armor set that pairs specifically with this weapon. This weapon is a shock weapon. This armor set buffs that specific thing that I need. Maybe you have a really high affinity build you're doing, have a separate loadout for that. Because chances are you will encounter monsters that are specifically weak to very specific things. And it's way easier if you've taken like an hour to build out all of your loadouts carefully so that you can just select it and go. I think that's the way. As for other stuff, the obvious one is like take time to invest in good armor sets and weapons. A lot of people try to just like blast through the games and they don't really take time to go out and do 5-6 hunts to get the materials they need to craft an armor set that's better. They just kind of drift through and then they get frustrated when the game is getting really tough at the end, and it's because like, well, you didn't do the groundwork. You gotta put in the work. So I'd say stuff like that. In a lot of ways, it's like focus on the fundamentals. You know, there's some people that are really, really good at Monster Hunter, don't get me wrong, but ultimately they get really good at Monster Hunter after starting on the fundamentals of like having the proper loadouts, having a build that makes sense. And at launch, it's going to be weird because there's not a lot of discovery that's happened so far, but within a few months, you'll see on like the subreddits and stuff, people build like Excel spreadsheets calculating the best possible way to get the best armor set for this specific monster. Like people go full neckbeard on it and it's awesome, but that just takes time. So in the meantime, just focus on those fundamentals and you'll be okay. People they hit a wall with Monster Hunter because they make it harder than it has to be because they don't do the groundwork, you know?